Before the first breath, before the world knew his name, Samson was chosen. He was set apart, a Nazirite, consecrated to God from his mother's womb. His life was to be a testament, a vessel for divine strength. This strength was legendary, a gift not for personal glory but for a sacred purpose. It was given to deliver Israel, to stand as a bulwark against the encroaching darkness of the Philistines. A vow defined him: no wine, no touch of death, and never a blade to his hair. Yet the heart of Samson was not as disciplined as his mighty arms. He possessed immense power but lacked the inner fortitude to guard his spirit. His desires often led him astray, away from the path God had laid. He fell in love with Delilah, a woman whose loyalty lay not with him, but with his enemies. The Philistine rulers, seeing an opportunity, bribed her to uncover the secret of his unparalleled might. They sought to dismantle the very source of Israel's hope. 3 times Delilah pressed him, and 3 times Samson offered false answers. He played a dangerous game, revealing his deception, yet never truly learning from the peril. His strength was a shield, but his heart remained vulnerable. But Delilah persisted, her daily pleas a relentless erosion of his resolve. She wore him down, not with force, but with the quiet, persistent pressure of her presence. Finally, exhausted by her insistence, he revealed the truth. His strength, he confessed, was tied to his uncut hair, the sacred sign of his Nazirite vow to God. It was not magic, but a symbol of his covenant, a visible mark of divine consecration. The secret was out. As he slept, his head resting in her lap, Delilah called a man to shave off the 7 braids of his hair. The moment the last strand fell, the power departed from him. He awoke, but the strength was gone. The Philistines seized him, their triumph echoing in the sudden silence of his weakness. They gouged out his eyes, plunging him into a world of perpetual darkness. Then they bound him in bronze chains, leading him away to Gaza. His glory seemingly gone forever, Samson was made to grind grain in the prison, a blind, broken shadow of his former self. The mighty deliverer was now a slave, his purpose seemingly extinguished. But in the depths of that despair, something began to stir. Slowly, imperceptibly at first, Samson's hair began to grow again. It was a quiet, hopeful sign, a whisper of God's enduring grace, even in the midst of profound failure. One day, the Philistine rulers gathered in the temple of their god Dagon. They celebrated Samson's defeat, attributing their victory to their idol. They called him out from the prison, mocking him, parading his humiliation before thousands. Blind and utterly broken, Samson asked the servant who led him to place his hands against the temple's central pillars. He stood there, a monument to human frailty and divine patience. Then from the depths of his humbled spirit he prayed. "Sovereign Lord, remember me," he pleaded, his voice a raw testament to repentance and desperate hope. "Please, God, strengthen me just once more." He sought not vengeance for himself, but a final act of purpose. "That with one blow I may pay back the Philistines for my eyes," he prayed, seeking to fulfill his calling even in his final moments. With all his remaining might, Samson pushed against the pillars. The temple groaned, then collapsed, bringing down the roof upon the rulers and thousands inside. In that cataclysmic moment, Samson too perished. In his death, he struck down more enemies than he had in his entire life. His story is a somber reminder of the consequences of straying from God's path, of strength without wisdom, and gifts squandered. Yet it is also a profound testament to redemption. Even in our greatest failures, even when we have fallen furthest, we can turn back to God. True redemption is not about erasing mistakes, but about finishing our race with courage and renewed faith. God's grace can meet us even in our darkest prisons, allowing us to fulfill our calling in ways we never imagined. Strength without wisdom falters, but strength, when finally aligned with purpose and humility, can fulfill its ultimate calling.